Session, guys. We are going to see this how to apply the RU patch, latest release update patch on Oracle 19c to Node RAC. Okay, Oracle 19c databases to Node RAC. We have discussed the theoretical part, like what is the patch and how we are going to apply the patches, what is the procedure to apply the patches in part 1. Now in this session, I'm going to show you on part 2 lab session. We are going to initiate the patching options like patching activity directly. Okay, as I mentioned, we have two node rack database. So my node one is racks, one is my primary node and is the secondary node. That's okay, like two node rack. I have two node rack databases. So now I'm going to apply the latest RU patch on this node. So for that, as we discussed in our previous thing, we need to take all the prerequisite checks, right? Pre-checks and downloading the patches. One by one, we can see it in part 2. So first we can do the pre-checks. Pre-checks, take the backup of Oracle and grid homes. Okay, how we are going to take the backup? Let me take it the notepad. So we can use tar command to take the backup of our Oracle home. First, we need to create a directory to store all these backups, right? Generally, we used to have in real-time environment, we used to have the directories where we can take the backups, okay? To copy the software location, to copy the patches, to do the normal tasks. We used to create a directories in our mount points. See, this is my primary node. Let me check whether I have this directory or not. This directory is there, but privileges, permissions are not there. Might be it is created under grid user. Let me connect it to grid user here. Let me go to here. Okay. EWD CD ls-ltr. No such file or directory. Home grid RU patches on node 1. Home grid RU patches. That's okay. We don't have a directory. Let me create it. Okay. mkdir RU patches. We have created. Let me give this directory to full privileges. Chmod -r 777 to this directory. So I have created the directory. So let me try to access now. It is throwing error because this grid home and other under grid home, right? This home and grid is doesn't have this privilege to access the Oracle user. So what I can say, instead of creating this directory, we can create this directory commonly under temp location, pwd. Temp is there, right? Let me create this here and we can see mkdir. Let me give the change mode to 777. Done. cd temp ru pwd. Try to access it. That's where we need to mention commonly accessing directory. Yes, I can able to access it from here also. So one common directory we can take, and then through Oracle user and grid user, I can able to access it. So that I have provided the full privileges to this RU patches directory. I have created the directory, that is done. Now we can initiate the Oracle home and grid home backups to that location. How we are going to initiate the backups, like by using tar command. Okay, directly we can initiate it that how in this way. And what is our grid home location? We need to identify the grid home location, right? Then let me check. Echo $oracle_home. This is my grid home. Okay. If I can mention this, I'm taking complete grid home. Whatever the directory is there, no, this directory backup, I'm going to initiate it. Grid home and zip that to the location where we have created this location. I need to mention grid home pkp dot gz dot tar dot ampersand. So what will happen now? This will run on no hang up. No hang up means in the backend itself, it is going to run it. So it won't show you what all the files is copying and all. But because I am running this complete tar command under no hang up with ampersand symbol. If you remove the ampersand and no hang up, it will show you what are all the files it is going to run and copying that backing up. Those we can see it. That command we call it as forehead. Let me show you one by one. So what will happen to this tar command? It is going to copy all the files. Which files it is going to copy? All these files it is going to copy it. And then it is going to gunzip. It is going to zip it. Okay. And which location it is going to zip? In temp location and the name of grid home.tar file. Okay. As of now, I don't see any files in this location. Okay. Once we initiated this, it is going to create this tar file. Let's say earlier we don't have this file, right? Let's see, now I can show you here. So this is our backup of grid home file. Okay, backup of grid home file. We can see our database is running or not by using srvctl. Okay, srvctl. Meanwhile, it is going to take in the background. Okay, I'm just checking other things as well. Parallelly, we can do that as well. srvctl database. srvctl database status d rax db is my database name. See, my database is up and running or not. We can see I have two nodes. As I said, I have two node instances. My rack node 1 is running, rack 2 also running. If you want to see background processes of these services, SMON or PMON, you can query it. See, ASM, it's a cluster one. Cluster is up and running, and SMON. And this is ASM instance for storage, and this is our database instance, node 1. 106 is my first node, as I said. 107 is my secondary node. In this node also, we can see ps-ef pipe grep s node. So ASM instance 2 is running, and raxdb2 also running. Cluster services we can see in the background, ps-ef pipe grep d.bin. This will show you all this event daemon, other daemon, cluster resource daemon. These daemons should be up and running. It sends it, our cluster also up and running. Also, we saw this command, right? srvctl status of the database. It is also running. From this node d.bin cluster services, you can see it. So our cluster services, total 9 will be there. Those 9 should be up and running. That's it. So we concluded our database and grid is up and running properly. That is one thing as part of prerequisite. Done. We can take the same thing from node 1 and node 2. We can take it. Let me paste it here. This is on my node 2. How should we know whether it is node 1 or node 2? We can easily identify with this rax thing. Rax 2 is my node 2. Rax 1 is my node 1. See here it is rax 1, right? That is the one thing. Once we did this, and where we are going to take the backup of the Oracle home on node 1, right? Parallelly, we can initiate the backup of node 2 also. Okay. Node 2 also we can initiate the backup, but let me create this temp RU patches directory in node 2. Whether we have or not, let me check. Node 1, I have initiated the grid backup. You can see, don't confuse it. This is our 106 node 1. This is our 107 node 2. So we have to take this grid home backup, database home backup, this database home backup, and grid home backup. So total 4 backups we need to take. On 107 server, 2 backups, 106, 2 backups. As of now, we have initiated on 106 grid home backup. Parallelly, I am initiating 107 grid home backup. Then we can initiate the DB home backup on both the nodes. For that, I'm going to create cd temp LSFNLD RU, whether we have any directory. No, we don't have. So let me create this directory mkdir -m. So let me check now. Yes, we have this directory, right? chmod-rf 777 to this directory. Done. I have given the temp location directory has been created on 107 also. Now we can initiate the backup of same. We have grid home location also. It's the same thing, but we need to connect it to grid home. Okay. If you want to see the grid home, or I mean grid Oracle home or grid home path, this is our grid home path. Let me take U02 app 19.00 grid home, right? That is my grid home. So I'm going to take this home folder directly taking to backup into grid home backup. So to identify this backup, we can make grid home 2 I can mention. If it is a grid home, already name is there. So to distinguish like the same location, but it is a different server, that is fine. Okay, this is a different server. It won't overlap, but we can identify which is our grid home 1, grid home 2 backups. So done. It is going to take the backups now. RU, no, not this one. I have created under temp RU location. Here it is. See, my grid home backup is going to take it. While you are going to take these backups also, parallelly we can see the mount point size. Okay, we have around 150 gig I have given. Availability I have 129 gig. So much of storage I have. So there is no issue for storage crunch. For before initiating these backups and other things, you have to check this is also a prerequisite. The related mount points is having sufficient storage or not. Okay, if you are going to copy your patches and other things, the backup patches folder and Oracle home folder like echo dollar Oracle home. This U02 how much size is having? I mean completely 6.4 GB of my grid home. So how much space is left on this U02 app? Let it be U02. I'll make it as. So my U02 mount point is located under this root folder only. So in this root folder, we have 150 gig, availability 129 gig. So we have sufficient storage. So while we are going to apply the patches also, we need to look at least 20 gig free space should be there in your Oracle. 20. Okay, some environment according to the patches, minimum you can keep 50 gig at any cost free of free space availability. As of now, we have 129 gig. So we can apply Haram say without any issues. Okay. If you want to see what are all the jobs running, we have initiated the backup also, right? Jobs-L. By using this command, we can able to identify. So this command is running. So backup command is going on. So as of now, it is exit. Exit means that is done now. Before this thing, before I entered this job -L, it is just shown to exit. So backup is completed on node 1. Now we can see a node 2 jobs-L. Here also it is running. See, it is running. Once it is completed, it will show you like here it exits and it will show done. Done means completed. It will take time. Let it run. Okay, background. Let it run this thing. Here, node 1, we can take Oracle home backup. Okay, Oracle home backup we can initiate it from this location. From where? A code Oracle user. Oracle home. See, don't confuse guys. Again, I'm telling you, we have two homes. This home we have installed using Oracle OS user. This is our database. This cluster I have installed using grid user. So the cluster home, we call it as a grid home. That also we need to take, but we need to log into grid user and server and take the backup. If you want to take the database software level backups, you can connect it to Oracle user and take the backups. Server is same, 106 only. Okay, server is same, but I connected to Oracle user. See here, if you want to see the ID, you can press which user you connected, Oracle. The same server, if you can press ID, you connected with grid. Even here also you can see grid user to racks where I connected. So To install the softwares on these database servers, if you want to install the grid, you need separate OS user. That OS username we call it as a grid. You can change to any other name also, but to identification, easily identify the it is grid home and all, we are going to create user is grid home. And Oracle database software, if you want to install, you need separate operating system user. Under that user, you can install the database. So Oracle user is I'm using to install my database. So here this is my database home. Let us initiate the database backup as well. Okay, this is my database home, correct? And where we are going to take /tmp ru patches Oracle home backup and tar file. That's it. For this, we can do foreground, like without background. If how it is going to take. I'm not running under no hangup. You will get a clarity. Okay, I'm not running with no hangup. Grid home, we run it as a this thing with the no hub command. We are not going. We are the job is running in the background itself. We are not able to see in the front end. It is running still on Node 2. Okay, but in Node 1, I'm trying to do it foreground. Like see how the files are going to copy. This is unnecessary. So if it is a huge files, right? Oracle Home is huge, 6 to 7 GB will be there. If suddenly if my power is gone, what will happen? This job is again it is going to corrupted. Even some network issues happen, small glitch, the session is inactive. The job will be failed immediately. If you ran this job background, how you want to run the job in background? Using no hangup command. Okay. So this is foreground command. We can able to see what are all the files it is going to taking backup. That's okay, guys. So we have initiated the backup on 106 Oracle Home backup. 107 also we can initiate parallelly the backup. Let me take the same command, but we need to mention db home backup to 1 also fine, no issues. But won't. I'm running db home backup from Node 2. We can run it from anywhere. Why? Because we are clearly mentioning everything, each and everything. Done. Jobs-L. No hang up. This is going to running user db home backup. Okay. db home is backup is running. Grid home backup almost it is going to done. Yes, it is done. Grid home backup is completed. So it won't conflict when we are running no hangup command with two different users. So this is grid user I have executed. It won't conflict to the user which we are running is RACS, Oracle and Node 2. It won't conflict. It is going to running. So our backup is running. Seems it is still going right. So see how this is a foreground. If you are going to submit without no hangup, we can see in this way. If you are going to use the no hangup command, you can't see all those steps, right? Everything is done in background. You just use jobs command -l jobs-l. It is showing to running the this situation like running the backup. So once we take all these Oracle Home and Grid Home backups, we are safe, guys. We are safe. If anything goes wrong while you are doing the patching, we immediately roll back that patching sessions and all. We can restore these backups to Oracle Home and Grid Home on both the nodes. Then we can start our instances. Later, we can identify the issue where the patch is corrupted or the patch is failed. We can get the fixer for that, and then we can again start the patching activity and next downtime window. So to do this, any RU patches or anything, first we need to do on non-production environment, 1 or 2 iterations on non-production environment. Then third one, after we applied without any issues on non-production, then the same thing we are going to execute, the same action plan we are going to execute on production. So for each and every instance, we need to take the backups. We need to inform to the business downtime, how much time we required. Initially, we don't know how much time it will take on non-production, but safer side, we can take 3 to 4 hours downtime on non-production according to your environment. In my case, it is a 2 node rack, that is demo instance. It won't take more than 1 hour or 1.5 hours for me. But your case, you are using what kind of servers and all. According to that, you can estimate your the downtime window. Once you are done with your one of the non-production environment, you should have certain kind of time. You started at 9 a.m. and you finished at 11 a.m. Then you have 2 hours. So in that case, you can estimated the time for production as well. Okay. You can take how much time it took in non-production. You can take 1 hour or half an hour extra in production for doing the activity. Okay. Sometime we can reduce that activity downtime on production also. Mostly some of them will say we have to reduce the downtime on production. That's okay, but reducing the downtime, if it is possible, you are confident, then do it. But if you have a, don't do rush or don't do hurry things on production. It's a production, right? So on production, we need to work on cool way with proper run book, proper execution steps. Then only we can touch the production. Otherwise, don't touch the productions. Okay. So as part of this prerequisites, we have taken the backups, take grid and Oracle home backups. How we are going to take? Let me give that snapshots. This is the command. How we are going to take the grid backup. We need to check this. So grid backup command I have. It is still, yeah, done. So database backup also done. Where it is, yeah. DB home backup. This is grid home backup. That's okay. Grid home backup. Node 1, right? Racks 1 is node 1. Same we can do on node 2 as well. Same we need to do on node 2 as well. Done. So backup is completed. Now we need to check our inventory. Okay. Oracle home patch inventory. What are all the patches we have applied, and those we need to look into it now. For that, we need to go to node 1. I'm trying to do it. Okay. Node 1, Oracle home location, patch. In this location, we are going to check what are all the patches are applied in this server. How to check? Patch, ls patches. It will show you the main patches, release update patches. What is our database release update patch? Latest one. It is my database release version is 19.3. Okay, it is too old one. Okay, it is too old patch. When it has been applied, it is around 19th April 2016 patch. 19th April 2016 patch. So now I'm going to use 19.21 latest. So now after we applied the patch, this version is going to upgrade it to latest 19.3 to 19.21. Let's see. This is database level, guys. And grid level also we can check the same thing. First we can check on database level. This inventory, it will show you what are all the patches applied on this inventory. Okay. See here it is rollback files and other things is there. That is fine. It will show you all these files. Let me patch lns inventory. It will show you what are all the patches applied on this home. All the list of the files it will show. Also the versions it is going to show you 19.0, 19.3, 13.3. These are all the components which are there in this database, those versions. Okay. These are all the products. Okay. Installed database products. So differences I'll show you. patch ls patches will show you only the release update patches. Okay, RU or CPU or bundle patches, only that will show you those details. But OPatch LS inventory, it will show you the clear cut details of the Oracle home. Okay, complete details, what are all the patches applied on this thing, everything. And also it will show you the OPatch version. This is our old version. Now if you want to apply the latest CPU or RU patches, you can forget about the CPU RU. RU patches, this we need to upgrade. How we got to know we need to upgrade this? I'll show you that as well. Okay, this is our local inventory and this is our global inventory, central inventory. Okay, central inventory is this, local inventory is this. Each database server is having one global inventory or central inventory. In how many database you have, how many database homes you have, those many local inventories will be there. We can discuss this separately. So this is important. We need to upgrade this OPatch version from 12.0.1.17 to latest. That also I'll show you. First, we can see this is the command, how we are going to identify the inventories and what are all the patches applied on our database node. This is the node 1. Done. Check applied patches on database home. Done. Now we need to check applied patches on grid home. Similar way, we need to execute the step and check the database, check the applied patches on grid home. How to check? The same thing, we need to connect to grid user, node 1 grid user I already connected. So we need to go to grid home or Oracle home, both are like the command itself, how we are going to define is okay, but it is grid home. In this location also we have OPatch utility, check OPatch version. It is also same 1.17 and then check OPatch ls patches and then check OPatch ls inventory. If you want to check pipe grep applied, you can see only applied it will show. So these, if you want to, if you are not grepping this, it will show you like how you are going to see it, right? These many things it will show, but I am just going to show you high level. This is on grid level, on grid level. Done. So we have checked the prerequisites. We met all the prerequisite steps, guys. So we have checked, we have taken the backup and also we have only one thing is left on node 1. We need to take the backup of invalids. Okay, in this location, let me connect to database. It's a grid user, right? Connect to database, temp RU location. Take the invalid count from here, select. Let me create a spool file, spool invalids before .txt. Select set lines 200. Select start from dba underscore objects where status invalid. I don't see no invalid. Show PDBs. It is not PDB1. It is not PDB, not multi-tenant one. So we don't have any invalids as of now. If we have any invalids, it will recorded in this thing. Okay. Spool of no invalids. That is good sign, right? Done. We done with the steps I'll show. Let me mention. Let me take this. Invalids. The command itself wrong. Invalid. Inactive. We take this count of valid objects is 72,000. Similar way, let me take invalid count 0. So that is fine. We don't have any invalids in our database. Just for proofing purpose, I'm taking 2 times. Done. So first we need to go to the high level steps one more time where it is. Here it is. Now we have completed our prerequisites. Same thing we need to do on node 2 as well. Invalid count, invalid count is not required because we are using single database. That is only backups only it is required. That's it. Backups we already taken. So we need to download the patch now. Step 2. We have 11 steps totally, but it is quicker. Invalid is completed. So download the patch and copy to this command. Quickly we can go to this. Now we know our patch levels. Okay, where it is. Now this backup also completed. If you want to, sorry, PS. Okay. Again, I have initiated, so I'm not going to use this. I'm going to kill this. 70, 30, done. So now I have no jobs running. Backups we have properly, that is fine, no problem. So here also we have checked it, right? Here also we need to look into the patches, whatever patch version, O patch version, save, and OPatch ls patches. It will show you the patch levels. So we have OCW release update patch is there and 19C release update. It is the main patch. It is released on 19th April 2016. Now we are going to apply 2023 October patch on node 2 107 RACS 2. So same thing we need to check from the grid also, but it is not required. But let me take it. Clear cut thing will be there, right? Then we can use the same thing. Let me use here node 2. And grid also we can take it node 2. Node 2. Node 2 grid home, right? Quickly we can go ahead to 107. Let me go to Oracle home, OPatch version, OPatch ls patches. That is fine. This is on node 2 RACS 2. So we have cross-checked everything. Now this is old version only. OPatch version is old and database version is 19.3. It is old, grid also 19.3. So if somebody will ask you what is your grid version, what is your database version, you can say how you are going to check by using OPatch ls patches. You can check, or else you can connect it to your grid home. There also we can able to see it. But you can confidently say this is our grid home 19.3 2016 patch. Release patch, this one ACFS 19.3. That's okay. Now we are going to update the ACFS file system OCW database releases Tomcat. Mostly we are not going to touch this Tomcat as of now. It is default, leave it as it is. If it is required, then only we are going to use this. By default software level, we are getting this. So we are going to update these 3 patches. Let's see. Now we can jump to download the patches and we can start applying the patch. Download latest RU patches from support.oracle.com. So to download the patches, we need to connect to support.oracle.com. Page expired, let it be. Support.oracle.com. Here we need to log in. To log into this, you should have your user ID and password. You can create your own. And then once you logged in, this is a home page. Okay, it's a home page. Let me give this. In this home page, in the dashboard, our patches, you can go, but here we used to get latest notification or news from support dashboard. We have to click on this. This is our critical patch or release update patches of latest thing 2023. There we need to click it. Okay, there we need to click it. Once we clicked over there, we will get the latest CPU patches. I'll show you that as well in next snapshot. Once we go through the year, click on this. Okay, here it is, Oracle Critical Patch Update for October 2023. So you can read all this document. For me, I can able to understand this, so that I'm going to quickly. So we have next 4 CPU patches when they are going to release. January 16, another 1 month is there. Today is 16, another 1 month they are going to release the next critical patch or RU patches. And then April 16, 2024, July 16, October 15, 2024. This is for next 1 year. Oracle is going to forecast dates. Here and there, 1 or 2 days here or there will be there, but mostly 99% they will release on the date, same date, whatever they mentioned, the same dates they will release the CPU patches. These patches we call it as a quarterly patches also. So to read this related information, where we need to download, see this one we need to read it. Okay, security alerts and other things, OTN. So this is the important thing, this document. Once we clicked over there, okay, let me give you this as well. This is also important, right? Where we need to click and let me give. Once we clicked over there, we will get this page. You can click on here, read these 4 forecast dates. Once we clicked on that, we have opened a new page. This is the page, critical patch update. In this page, we need to go to database. Okay, in this page, we need to go to database. That to which version we are using. We are using 19C or 12.1 or 12.2 or 21C, which version. So according to that, we can go ahead and search it. Database is 21.3. No, it is not related to Golden Gate 1. It is also Golden Gate Viridata 1. So this is not related to us, ours. Go down, down, down and check here also one database. This is also not related to our database. Here also there. This is the one which is related to us. So click on this database portion. So in this way, we need to click on here. Why? Because we are having 19.3, 19.20, 21C databases. Click here. That will redirect you to your patching, database related patching things. Click on this. It will redirect to you the patches. This we call it as a PAD, patch availability document for October 2023 database one. Okay, this is the document. If I could give this document, you can directly go ahead and then use this document for your patching states. In this PAD document, we have to click where we need to click on the database portion. You can go through completely document if you are not understanding properly while we are seeing high level steps, but you can go one by one. Definitely you will able to understand. Click on this part. Click on this part. Once you clicked it, it will redirect to your database portion. 3.1 Oracle database. Here also we need to click on 3.1.7 thing. So it's like for you first time, if you are seeing it is very difficult, guys. But if you go through this video 1 or 2 times or 3 times, then it is very easy for you to do next time onwards. Everything is new. If it is new, right, it is very difficult. But if it is okay 1 or 2 times, we practice it. For show you this thing only, it is taking time for me. Otherwise, I used to go quickly. So once we clicked on that part, section 3.17, it will show you clearly whether you want to go for 2.1 or 2.19. Our is 1.9 only, right? We need to click on this part. Click on 1.9, database 19C. So we need to click on database 19C. So this is our database related patches, guys. Here it is our database related patches. Here it is our database release patches. Okay, database related patches. Here also we have 2 different patches and other it is showing, but I'll clearly mention it. It is the combo patch OJVM and the database release patch and OJVM with grid patch. Whether we have OJM is there or not in our server, we can easily identify this one. We don't have any OJVM related patches. So we no need to go for these patches. So that's where we are not going to touch this. We don't have any OJVM. That's where we are not going to download. This patches is related to us. We need to download these patches. In that way, we have to identify whether you have OJVM is there or not. These patches are related to ours 19C, especially this patch I'm going to download 822. 822. This 822 is included this 107 as well, the database related as well. This is a grid patch. Inside of this grid, we have this database patch as well. We'll see that. Okay. Once you clicked on that, see, this 441 also there. Okay, it is not, we are not going to apply this. We are not going to apply below 357.42441 because we are not having OJVM patches on database and grid servers, grid homes. That's where we are not going to do this one. We are going to apply the patch 356.42822 patch that we need to download. Download 356.42822 patch for our database and grid homes. That's it. That patch we need to download. Click on this patch number. It will redirect you to your downloads. Here it is. 822 is there. No, you don't have a privilege. It is saying I don't have any privilege to download that patch. So that patch I already have in my, where it is, softwares, dbsoft, VMs, 19C db software, and I have RU patches also in previously. Grid software related patches. Here it is, no? I have this patch, 822 patch. I have downloaded it here. I placed in this 822. Okay, this patch I have placed it. And 822 patch I already downloaded. Leave it, guys. That one is okay. You can see here, it will show you these things. Also, we need to select our operating system. Which operating system we are using? We are using Linux x86 64. How do you know? We can use uname -r. This will show you x86 64. Enterprise Linux, this thing. If you mention clearly, it will show Linux operating system OEL7 x86 64. Okay, clearly it is mentioning it is Linux server x86 64-bit. So we need to download the patch related to that operating system. If you are using other ARM64 or Oracle Solaris, HP, IBM, Spark, which server you are going to use, those patches only we need to download. Patch number will be same for all, but operating system is depends. Our patch is 2.9 gig. So I have downloaded this patch and placed in my system. So we are going to download this patch 2.96. README file is important, and then we can read the README file. This patch I have downloaded. Latest CPU patch or latest RU release update patch. What is happening? Let it be, no problem. Okay, one more. That's it. Now copy the patches to database servers on both the nodes. Both the nodes we need to copy the patch. Whatever the patch we downloaded, 356.42822. 356, see here, 356.42822. 356.42822. This patch I have downloaded. For this, I need to connect to my any one of that node with WinSCP. I have downloaded and copied in my local machine, but from my local machine to copy in our database server, I need to connect with WinSCP. Okay. So I have connected to my 107 server. Here I need to go to temp location RU, or else I'll give the complete path where we need to copy. Okay. LSF mtr temp RU. In this location, I'm going to copy it. Let me take the path. Okay. I have Oracle Home and Grid Home things. So where I have the softwares, 19C DB thing, 19C Grid 1, 822 patch. This patch I'm going to copy from my local machine to database server. Okay. Database server is going to copy it. How much time it is going to take? Like 26% completed. Why? Because it's a 2.9 GB, right? According to your system speed and all, it will copy it that much faster. Okay. So we can go ahead by using WinSCP. Let me take a snap of this. This will help you to copy the patch. Once we copied, unzip the patch on both the nodes. Once copy is done, we need to unzip the patch. Copy almost 66% earlier. Now what is how much percent? Yeah. It is completed, guys. Copy is completed. Now patch is there here, and we need to connect to server in the background. PWD temp RU location, right? I have copied the patchet here. This is connected to root user. 107 root user. CDRU. So let me give the privileges to this patch. Okay. I'll give the privilege chown -rf grid o install to this patch. Also, I'll change the privilege to 777. Any user can able to access this patch files. Done. So I had given this privileges. I will show you this here. Then we can start unzip. Copy. And the same patch we can copy to node 2 as well. Okay, node 2 as well. Node 1 as well. Node 2 we directly copied. Node 1, we don't have that patch. See here, we don't have a patch. This one I'll copy it from there to here. PWD host tracks one local domain, right? Let me copy this patch. SCP patch number. I can use grid, right? Okay. RAX1 :/tmp RU locations. I have given the grid password. Now this patch is copying from node 2 to node 1 in grid location. Let's see, the patch is going to copying now. Earlier you don't have this patch in here, right? By using WinSCP also we can take it from there to here. But yeah, let me copy it. It's 61. But if you are doing WinSCP, it took a bit time extra. But here no, it's server to server, internal server copy, passwordless connection. If you want enable, we can enable it. But it's OS level connectivity. It is going to ask your prompt password. That's fine. So 100% is completed. 2.9 gig of this patch. 32 seconds it took. That's all. Patch is there on our node 1 as well. Now we are going to unzip the patch on both the nodes. Let me unzip it here on node 1. Unzip. Patch is going to unzip it. Node 1 and node 2 also we can unzip the patch. Unzip Let me take this command. That's it. Enter. It is going to unzip it. So 2.9 GB, right? It will take bit time to unzip the software. Once it is unzip is done, then we can proceed with further steps. Patch unzip is completed. Then what we need to do? We need to shut down the services, stop the database and grid services. We can check prerequisites also, right? Check the patch conflicts. Before we stop the services, check the conflicts. Patch conflicts on both grid and database homes. We'll check these conflicts. Once the patch is unzipped, it is going to create the directory. It is going to create this patch directory. Okay. This one we need to, this is having, see here, read write other, this directory doesn't have complete privileges. Chmod -rf 777 to this. Now the patch is having full privileges. So even we are going to running from the root user or Oracle user, this patch, inside of the patch, all the files can able to read it from anywhere. Then same thing we need to do on Node 2 as well. Node 2 also we need to do the same thing. Chmod -rf triples. Node 2 also done. Clear. Now check the conflicts against that homes. Okay. First we can connect it to this Oracle home and node 1. Oracle home O patch. If you want to see which O patch, it should show the path like Oracle home O patch utility location. Okay. If it is not showing, we have to set the path. How we are going to set? Export path equal to dollar Oracle underscore home slash O patch colon dollar path. This is important, guys. Now we can see which O patch. From anywhere we can run the O patch utility. It is directly reading this O patch utility. Earlier it is not shown, right? This we need to set. Okay, this we done it. Now we have to go to the patch location. This location, see how many patches we are having. We are having 3 to 5 patches. As I said, this is our database patch. Okay, 107. In patch readme, not only here, this one. See here, we have downloaded the patch which is related to 822, right? This patch we downloaded. This patch is itself, it is having 35643 I told you the database patch also included in your grid release patch. So same where, see here, 35643 43107. The patch is included, right? So it is having, grid patch is having complete database patches and application. Grid patch, both it will. So there are 5 patches are there. So these 5 patches we need to apply at one go. That is possible. Okay. By using this patch location, we are going to apply the patch. Now we are going to check the prerequisites. I'm suspecting this prerequisite will fail. Why? Because OPatch utility is not supported this patch, right? This patch is required. OPatch utility is latest one. Even though I'll show you and then I'll upgrade the OPatch utility later. See patch directory. So to check the patch conflict against the Oracle home, we need to give the patch location, patch directory and the conflicts command. Let me initiate it. This command we can initiate it from anywhere because I have set the path. From OPatch. Let's see whether it is allowing the command OPatch. I don't think so it won't take, but yeah, I don't think so it won't take. Oracle home. Okay. OPatch. Let me initiate it now. It will take it. Okay. Let me take complete snap. It should fail because the inventory, it is there, no, it is old inventory. The patch is latest one. It won't allow to complete the sanity checks. If it is allowed, that is fine, but I don't think so. It should not allow. See here, it is getting, we are getting this error. I know, right? The OPatch utility is failed with this error. Let me take this. If somebody is facing this kind of issues because they might not aware or they might not seeing the steps properly and they directly go ahead and do applying the patch on hurry mode, right? So don't do any hurries. Go with slowly and read it once or twice. This error due to OPatch version conflict. Need to upgrade OPatch version on all the nodes and all the homes. All the nodes means node 1 and node 2. All the homes means we have DB home and grid home. OPatch utility. How we are going to do that? Let me show you. So we are in node 1, PWD, node 1 OPatch utility location is there. Here we need to check OPatch utility. This is the OPatch utilities. Version is 1.17. This I'm going to make it move old 1.17 for understanding purpose. As of now, we don't have this OPatch folder here. This is old one. This one we can upgrade. How we are going to upgrade? Okay, I'll show you this. For this, we need to download the 68088 patch. Let me show you that. 6808880 patch. Okay, that I think I have shown you in earlier videos. Or did we open the readme file for this patch? I think I have opened the readme file. That is better option if I can go to, yeah, here it is. Okay. This is our 822 related grid patch related to readme file. We have to go through it first, all these things. So this patch is having all these fixes, these many fixes they have included. And see here, whatever the patches we are going to see it, those patches by using OPatch also we can apply, OPatch auto also we can try to apply. If you are using non-rack single instance in home, you can use OPatch apply. That patch should be RU or RUR. If you are using grid rack, you can use OPatch auto, apply all the grid home and Oracle home, everything you can apply it. Okay, that is fine. See, we have these many patches as of now in our patch directory. Which patch is related to which home, whether it is database patch or it is a grid patch. See, this is, we need to apply only on grid. This patch we need to apply on only on grid. This patch we need to apply on only on grid. So both Oracle home and grid home, we need to apply this patch 527. And this patch also Oracle home for non-Oracle rack, both Oracle home and grid home for rack. So this patch we need to apply for standalone database home or grid Oracle home or everything. We have to apply these two patches for both the homes, grid home and database home. And these three patches we need to apply only on grid home. We should not touch these patches on Oracle home. That's where how we need to apply. We can go ahead and do that. This 3096 patch is already there. Tomcat release 19.0. Whether it is there or not, how we are going to see it. Okay, I'll show you that. OPatch LS patches. Here it is. 29401763. Okay. For Tomcat also they have given latest one 3555096. Here it is 29401. So I think if we apply that patch, it is going to upgrade this also. Leave it. So we can do the patching one by one. How we are going to do this? So 2 patches for both the homes and 3 patches for only grid home. It means, let me show you that where it is. Let me roll back. So total 5 patches is there inside of our 822 patch, 5 patches. 2 patches for Oracle Home, 5 patches for Grid Home. It means all these 5 patches we need to apply to Grid. But Oracle Home, we need to apply only these 2 patches, 107, 527, according to them. Okay. Only these 2 patches we need to apply to that. That's where, even though we have total 5 patches, we are applying 2 on Oracle Home database patches. Out of 5, all the 5 files patches we are applying on Grid Home. By using OPatch Auto, we can do that as well. Okay, that's fine. Read me. This is important. How we are going to apply the patches. This we need to read it, guys. So this is important. Patch conflicts has been failed, right? Patch conflicts has been failed. Let me upgrade OPatch utility. Upgrade OPatch utility. Why I shown this notepad is it is going to show you clearly OPatch utility and see, these are all the patch installation, deinstallation steps, patch installation prerequisites. Here it is going to start. OPatch utility. First it is going to show you OPatch only. You must use OPatch utility 12.2.0.137 or later. 137 is must, but what we are having here is 117. It is old version. 37 is required minimum or higher. Latest is 41. We need to go to 68000080. This will, I don't want to go. Okay. This patch will having the latest patch that we need to download. We need to apply that on Grid Home and Database Home. So that's it, guys. So first we need to upgrade this one. I have already downloaded this patch, 688080 patch. Okay, where it is? I should have that patch in my location. And no, here it is. 21C RU patches. O patch utility. Yeah, this is our latest RU patch under RU 2021. So let me quickly upgrade our O patch. From node 1, I'll do df-kh. That O patch is there here. 19C. Under 19C grid. Okay, go back. 19C O patch. This is the patch which I need to unzip it. Unzip this patch to my Oracle Home location. Where is my Oracle Home? And this one. First cross check whether we have O patch. The O patch is there or not. No, here it is not there. Same way we need to check on Grid Home. Grid Home. O patch. CD dollar. Oracle Home. O patch. So this O patch is having which version? 17, right? 1.17. 1.17. This we are going to upgrade it. Move O patch 1 to old 1.17. That's okay, no? It is not, I mean, inside of the O patch, there could be some root related files and all. So that is okay, no problem. We can move that from directly from here. We can do that. From the root user, we can move that O patch old 1.17. I did that. Now let us do the same thing on node 2 also. Node 2 also we have O patch, right? Move this O patch utility to old 1.17 and home echo Oracle home, move O patch old 1.17. Done, guys. So I did all the homes backup. Now I'm going to unzip it. Unzip it this software to Oracle home location. We need to mention the path right properly. Let me take this command so we can use that. Upgrading the oh, so that is done. It is going to, yeah, it is done now. So we need to do this one from here. Unzip is completed. Don't forget to change the privileges, guys. We are running this one from the root user. All the files which are there, those will change it to root only. Once this is done, we need to do this for grid home also, right? Oracle home we have upgraded. And what is the grid home? This is our grid home. In grid home also, we are going to do that. So grid home also done. On node 1, same thing we need to do on node 2 also. Same thing we need to do on node 2 also. Node 1 is completed and node 2 we need to do the same thing. From which path we are in now? Let me go to the same path. Node 2, same path. I can use the same command. So because the path and file system is same. Structure, file system structure is same. I'm going to do that. And Oracle home also I can mention the same thing. Let me do this. So once, yeah, it is done. So this is for node 2 OPatch utility upgraded. Node 2 grid and OPatch utilities has been upgraded. Done. Now change the privilege permissions. Okay. Let's change the permissions. cho-rf grid o install to this one. Oracle. We need to give the Oracle home path. OPatch root is there, no? That we need to change. Done. Same thing we need to do it from node 1 also. Oh, now it is fine. Now we can check the version, OPatch utility version. Now it is upgraded to latest. Let me check it. Check the OPatch version now. Connected to Oracle Home, OPatch version. So it is 39, it is went. What is the minimum version is required? 37. 41 is there. I think I haven't downloaded that patch now, or that could be in different location. That's okay. We require minimum 37. We already in 39. That is fine. That is fine. Earlier we have 1.17, right? So from 1.17 to we moved from 1.17 to 1.39. See, that is the difference. Okay. on all the homes we can check it. That will, it is not required now. Why? Because we already have, but no patch version. See, grid also it is 39. Latest. That is fine. Okay, guys. Now we can proceed with pre-checks and then applying the patch also. It will succeed. No issues. Okay, let me check the prerequisites one, right? No patch. We have that command. This one. Check the prerequisites. It should not fail now. So now it is reading 39. Definitely it should go and it is going to show you the proper prerequisites. If any failures is there, we need to look into it. If there is no failure, if it is passed, then we are good to proceed. Again, it is failed. The command does not support in the system. Failed patch utilities. Let me check this. Let me check that the command which we have used it, no, that is not showing, like it is having all the patches, right? We need to show that specific patch, okay, individually. 107 is for our database patch, right? We need to mention individually. That's where it is going to invoking the prerequisite. The main patch we have given, no, that is not the correct way, but we have to mention individually whatever it is related to the database. So there is no conflicts for this. See, I have checked it. Our this one, that is fine. I think we can do the same thing with this thing. Let me do one thing. LD workbench. Let me do one thing. Move workbench to new move. Why? Because I'm going to see this, how it is going to react for this. This error actually I want to show you. This is I'm going to invoking old patch utility version. Where it is going to show earlier also for checking the prerequisites. I thought it is, I mean, mandatory we should do that, but we need to check this version. What is the conflict we are going to get it? Same way we need to do for other all the patches. So one patch is succeeded. We don't have any issues. Passed it. That is correct. But now it is going to invoking, right? With old patch version, I'm trying to do this. What is going to show this? Let it be. I'm going to run. Yeah, I think to checking this, it is not going to conflict it. I think even the old version also it is going to take it. I don't see any issues. That is fine. But while applying this also, I think it should be work. Why it is going to see? We have cracked this one in newly. Okay. Whatever they mention, OPatch utility to apply, I think it is required. You must use OPatch utility version to apply this patch, not checking the prerequisites. Okay. For prerequisites with old inventory, we are succeeded. Okay. Prerequisite old inventory version 1.17, we are succeeded. But while we are going to apply the patch, it is not, it is going to throw the error. But let me take this as well for our reference. So we need to do this kind of testings and all before going to directly doing the patch inventory upgrade and other things, right? Let me take this. This is okay. This is okay. Where we got the error. This is not going to show you that error. That is fine. That is fine. Okay, let me check one more conflicts on grid patch. Okay, and we don't need to go for each and every thing on the conflict side. We can take one grid patch. These 5 patches we need to apply on grid. Let me take this command. Okay. This command also we used to check it from here only. See here, they only mentioned everything. Run opatch conflict check. Only we need to mention where we have unzipped the patch, that patch directory we need to give. That's it. Everything is there in our readme only, guys. We don't need to do anything manually or any other things newly. Okay, patch prerequisites. On grid home, I'm trying to do this. So it is passed. We no need to check on other things. Why? Because it's showing grid home, inventory, new thing. Whether I have moved my patch to latest, no, right? And I said, so if you are not moving, later we used to get it. Move patch to old 1.17. Move patch new to patch. That's it. That's it, guys. That's fine. This is also done. Same way we need to do on node 1. All the patches we need to do. So that is better approach, but I don't want to show it for everything is not required actually. Okay, that is fine. Same way we need to check if any conflict is there, it is going to failed it, and then we need to check the conflicts. As of now, we don't see any conflict, but better you have to go for each and every conflict. Each and every conflict. Why? Because while you are going to apply bulkly, you are going to apply the patches. If you are going to apply bulkly means see passed. One of the patch prerequisite is failed. Again, you need to do from step 1 onwards. That is where we need to check each and everything before going to the reality, original applying on the patch. So there is no conflicts. And for this also, there is no conflict. Completely all 5 patches, there is no conflict on grid home. Database home, we ran only one conflict one. I'm going to run it one more. So database level, I have checked it. This patch also no conflict. Where it is, I need to post that here. Grid home, we need to look these things one by one. Let me take quickly. So it is going to take a time consuming process. Let me. Okay, guys, we are done with this conflicts things. There is no conflicts now. We are good to proceed with the patching. So again, let me go with quickly the steps, high level steps. One more time, whatever we did, whether we completed properly or not. Let me cross check all those things. See, pre checks done, download is done, copying is done, invalids done, conflicts all the homes is done. Now stop the DB and grid home services, unlock the grid home. 6 and 7 we need to do, and 8 is applying the patch. Okay. Let me stop the services. Okay. Stop the DB services and how we are going to stop very quickly we can do by using srvctl stop database racks db -d database name srvctl stop database -d racks db from which user, that is okay. Always status database tracks db, same thing. Stop. Where and prong? Yes, yes, we are a prong command. So in this way, we are going to stop the database. It is going to stop the database and the listeners as well. Okay. Parallelly, we can connect it to node 1. Okay. We thought we are going to, not that thought, we plan to do the rolling fashion, right? So why we need to stop the database? We need to stop only the instance. Let me go ahead and modify here. Stop the database. Stop the DB instance on node 1 and grid services on node 1. Apply the patches on node 1, then start up node 1. Database is going to stop, but again I need to restart it.